What's up everybody, OT for Tech here, and today we're going to be looking at the LG G3 Category 6, the LTE-A variant. Now, this is like the Galaxy S5 LTE-A in the fact that it has a lot of the same characteristics as its predecessor, so it's going to take a lot of the same things from the LG G3. The only thing it's adding is some different internals, and we're going to be taking a look at the difference between these internals with the original LG G3 in this video. And if you guys want, I will do a full comparison between this and the Galaxy S5 LTE-A. Just drop me a thumbs up and let me know. If you take a look here, it does have a lot of the same features as I said. The only difference is it does have a Snapdragon 805, which is a bump up from the 801, and it also has the Adreno 420, which is not pictured on the back of the box, but it is there. So let's go ahead and jump straight into the unboxing portion of this video, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you I'm not expecting anything different out of this box than what came out of the LG G3 box, because it's still roughly the same phone just with different specs on the inside. And the first thing you can see is that I opted for the gold model. I just feel all advanced or all prime models deserve the gold treatment because that is the best of this model, and I can go ahead and tell you it doesn't look too bad, but it's still a little bit too gaudy for my liking. Of course, you get your manuals and paperwork that come with the LG G3, you get a data cable, you get some premium headphones, you get two 3000 milliamp battery if you get the Korean edition, you get an extra battery charger as well as your power brick here. And we'll briefly go ahead and go over the design of this phone. You can see here on the back, the only thing that's different is the fact that it says G3 Cat 6 on the very bottom. Everything else is the exact same as the LG G3, including the bottom here, which features your 3.5mm headphone jack, a microphone, and your micro USB charging port. Of course, there's no buttons on the sides. And if we go up to the top, you can see it still has that antenna that the LG G3, at least the Korean edition, came with. And of course, you have your IR blaster and another microphone right there on the top. And again, there is no buttons on the side of this device. So of course, the front of this device is going to be identical to the LG G3, including the LG branding on the bottom, the 2.1 megapixel camera at the top, the LED notification light, and proximity and ambient light sensors, even the little speaker grill right there, and that annoying pre-installed screen protector that is a fingerprint magnet. So let's go ahead and remove that fingerprint magnet and begin installing the battery. Before we drop in that battery, let's go ahead and take a quick look at what we have since the back is off. You can see on the left you have your micro SD card slot, and on the right you have your micro SIM card slot, which is actually a little bit different than the LG G3. Here's a quick look in comparison. On the left you have the G3, and on the right you have the Cat 6, and you can see the SD card slots are actually in different locations. On the G3, the SD card slot is above the micro SIM card slot, and on the Cat 6 it's actually separated on the left hand side. So it makes me think that the wireless charging built into the Circle case may not work with the Cat 6. I'll have to go ahead and test it out and let you know later on in the future, but I don't think it's going to work fully. But I do know for a fact that the Category 6 does support wireless charging. You just might have to get a case that is actually special for this particular model. Now, I'll let you know later on in the future what I come up with, and I'll drop you another video. But the boot up process, as you can see, is identical to the LG G3. There is no special graphics for that extra $200-300 that you're going to spend on this model. So since there was no added features in the software side of things, I went ahead and threw the Google Now launcher on my device just because it runs a little bit snappier and I prefer the stock Google look. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you just right off the bat that this phone really doesn't feel that much more snappier than the LG G3. In fact, it feels about the same. So I really can't tell a difference between the Snapdragon 801 and the 805 when it comes to the Cat 6 versus the LG G3, at least just going through apps. But as you can see here when running the Geekbench test, the LG G3 Cat 6 did score significantly higher than the LG G3. Now how that turns into real world use, we'll just have to wait and see later on in this video, but nevertheless, it does have a little bit better performance when it comes to the Geekbench 3 test. I did run Qualcomm's own benchmark testing app, and you can see here that the Cat 6 did score higher than the LG G3, but it's not a significant amount. I mean, 1690 versus 1786, it's really not that much higher considering the added specs that you're getting with the Cat 6, so it was actually a little bit disappointing. Staying in Qualcomm's app and running another test called the Metal test, you can see I had the same results. There's only a difference of 3. You can see the Cat 6 did outperform the LG G3, but only by 3. So again, I was really disappointed with these results. In terms of graphics, we're talking about the Adreno 330 versus the Adreno 420. Now, I ran the Antutu benchmark test, and you can see the G3 definitely outperformed the G3 Cat 6 almost by 1,000 points. And if you remember, the same thing happened with the S5 versus the S5 LTE-A, so this could be because app optimization. So I went ahead and ran the Geekbench graphic test just because I wanted to see how well these two compared, and for the most part the Cat 6 did definitely do better than the LG G3, so this is more like the results that I was expecting. Even though it's not that much of a significant amount, it's still the results that I'm expecting because the LG G3 Cat 6 should be better than the LG G3 without a doubt. Benchmarks are fine and everything, but how does that translate to real world use? That's what's important. Well, for that, we're going to go ahead and do a couple app tests. And we're going to start with some games. The first one we're going to start with is Dead Trigger. Now this actually confused me because on the LG G3, Dead Trigger would not open. And I tried this over and over and I got the same results. Meanwhile, on the Cat 6, it opened it with no problem. Now was it faster? I don't know. I couldn't compare the two because the LG G3 could not open. Next, we're going to load the Godzilla game. We'll launch both apps at the same time, and you can see right off the bat the LG G3 does have a lead over the Cat 6, and it maintains that lead the entire time, and it finishes opening the app faster than the Cat 6. So the Adreno 330 is still a little bit quicker than the 420 in real world performance when it came to the Godzilla app. Next, we're going to go ahead and launch Injustice. This is another game that has a lot of high graphics, and you can see right off the bat the LG G3 of course has the lead over the Cat 6, but it maintains that lead, and not only that, but it pushes ahead even further, and the Cat 6 is just left behind. So the Adreno 330 is definitely doing better than the 420 at this point in time. When it comes to launching general apps such as the Google Play Store, you can see the Cat 6 has a slight advantage over the LG G3, opening it a little bit faster. And the same thing carries over to the camera app. When we launch the camera apps at the same time, you can see the LG G3 Cat 6 is a little bit faster than the LG G3, but when it comes to taking pictures, they're roughly about the same. And I tried to take several different pictures and I got the same results. Sometimes the LG G3 Cat 6 was a little bit faster than the LG G3 or vice versa. I guess it just depends on if it focuses fast enough to take the picture. So far, I am not impressed with this phone, and that goes for battery life as well. Anyways, I do plan on doing a few more videos, including a comparison with the LTE-A S5. Let me know in the comment section below what you want to see in that video, and I'll also post mini reviews of each. While you're at it, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, follow me on all my social media networks, and of course, as always guys, thank you for watching and all your support.